When did you record your Versions album?
Last year. Took about 9 months.
So you put a lot of planning into it, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I mean, it's an instrumental album. Is this an area you've always wanted to go? I mean, this type of music. Is it something you've always had a fondness for?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there's a lot of different kinds of music in the album. Reggae and jazz and rock and roll. Mostly rock and roll, I guess. It's all kinds of music that I like, you know.
You do a lot of interesting interpretations of well-known songs, Street Fighting Man, and Harlem Nocturne. That's interesting to see that one pop out of nowhere.
Uh-huh.
Haven't heard that in a long time.
You know the song, though, right?
Oh, yes, very well, yeah, yeah. You produced this yourself. Have you had a lot of experience behind the board?
Quite a bit, yeah. I've produced a number of, a lot of things for a lot of LA groups, trying to get them record deals and stuff.
You have a leaning towards a bit of a jazz rock fusion. Is that one area you're fond of?
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah. Well, who are some of you? Do you have any direct influences? People that, let's say, you would put on your own turntable at home?
Yeah, I like, a lot of the fusion guitar players, like Alan Holdsworth and Larry Carlton, Lee Ritenour, those kind of guys. But mainly I listen to new wave stuff.
How do you feel that fits in with that jazz fusion? Do you think they blend well together? The new wave and that?
Well, I think they could, like for instance, on Tattoo Love Boys.
Right, that's a good song.
I use some jazz influences there, as well as, the hard rock and roll.
Steve Cann does a lot of that too, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I just want to touch on Crystal Ship. Why particularly that song? Is it one that's special to you, or?
Not especially. I was trying to think of a Doors song that would be fun to do on the guitar, and one which I could change around a lot. If you notice, I changed the beat completely, that song. And so it's kind of like ska, a ska feel.
You have John Densmore and Ray is helping out too through the album. The other musicians? Are these people you've worked with before?
Yeah, the bass and drummer, Arthur Barrow on bass and Bruce Gary on drums. I've known both those guys for a long time. Before Bruce got into the knack, I knew him and we had worked together. And same with Arthur. Arthur later went with Frank Zappa's group. I knew them a long time ago, and we've always been recording together and doing sessions and stuff. So that was kind of a natural to have those two on the album.
Yeah, I like on the song I'm going to tell on you, the sax break by Sam Roney is a beautiful touch in there.
Yeah, he's a great sax player.
Yeah, that's nice. So you play all the guitars on this album.
Uh-huh.
Is that, needless to say, that's your favorite instrument? Do you ever dabble in other areas, other instruments?
Mainly just guitar and bass.
Do you have any tour plans? Are you on one now, or is it more of a promotional tour?
Right now, of the East Coast and Canada. Well, Eastern Canada anyway. I don't think we're going to get to Vancouver quite yet, but I'm sure that hopefully before Christmas we'll come up there.
What about your touring band then? Some of the people that are on the album?
Yeah, Bruce Gary and Arthur Barrow, bass and drummer. And I also have the guitar player from the knack, Burton Aver. And I have a keyboard player, Marty Jabara, from LA. So it's like a 5-piece group.
Do you have any intentions of having a vocalist at any point, or is that not an area you care about?
Not yet, anyway. Although I sing a couple of things myself.
Oh, I see. I wondered, yeah. Why the Stones song? Is it one of your favorite Rolling Stones songs?
Yeah, that's definitely my favorite Stones song.
Yeah.
Street Fighting Man.
Yeah. When that particular track first came out by the Stones, is it one that made you feel that, oh, this is something I can really latch onto? Did it stand out even at the time when it was released?
No, it didn't. I mean, I didn't say, oh, I'd like to do that one at the time, but I've always loved that song, I think, for the rawness of it,
Do you still live in Los Angeles, or is that home?
Yeah.
Okay. What about the music scene in general? How do you see it now that we're nearing 83? Are there any reasons for optimism as far as the area of rock and roll? Do you see some nice progressions happening?
Yeah, I do. I like a lot of the new groups, like some of the Australian groups, and synthesizer-based groups, and Bow Wow Wow type groups, and a lot of reggae I like, too. So, I don't think there's any shortage of talent out there. It's just a matter of the record companies getting some nerve up to put out some new music.
That is frustrating, isn't it? I mean, when you were first starting years ago, did you have a lot of walls to get over? Was it really a trying time for you, or were you more fortunate than most?
Well, I guess we were more fortunate than most, although we had our share of troubles. You know, we got turned down by every record company in L.A. Took Elektra Records, who they came out from New York to sign us. Because none of the other companies had enough foresight to sign us.
Yeah, they broke a lot of good performers back then, yeah.
Yeah, you know, small company it was in those days, and they were able to take a chance like a lot of your small companies are doing now.
For a lot of our musicians who are listening, guitarists particularly, what type of guitar do you use?
Well, I'm using a 355 Gibson mono, so about 63 model. That's my favorite guitar right now. And for a slide guitar, I use an old Les Paul, about a 54 model, Black Beauty.
Do you have a lot of guitars, or?
Oh, yeah.
Sitting in the closet somewhere?
Yeah, I try to use them, you know, whenever I can, but it is kind of sad that they sit around most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I've got about 15 or 20.
Have you done much live work, or is this something you've shied away from in recent years?
Well, I have been doing quite a bit in just in L.A., though. At local clubs and stuff.
Yeah. Is that what you prefer, then, the club setting, would you say?
Oh, I don't know. I thought I did, but because they're small and it's easy to fill out the sound, but I don't like the idea of only having a certain age group of people there, you know?
Oh, I see, yeah.
Like I met a lot of people on the streets on this tour who said they wanted to come, but they were too young, you know?
Yeah, that restriction prevents a lot of the young people who want to see you from getting in, yeah.
Right.
Okay. Well, we wish you good luck with the versions. Do you have any work right now? Do you have any other material on tape for a forthcoming album, or is that too soon to ask?
It's mostly in my head, but I do plan to do one pretty soon.
Yeah. Do you have any other, let's say, cover songs you like to do as well?
Yeah, I do have a couple in mind.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We'll just leave them in your mind for now, then.
Yeah.
Okay, Robby. Well, hopefully we can see you here in the next couple of months.
Okay, great.
It'd be nice to catch you. And I just want to say that your guitar work is better than ever.
Well, thanks.
And thank you very much for your time.
Okay.
Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.